And we're live. Okay. Hello all, hello world. This is day 138 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Last time what did we do? We fixed a small bug somewhere. I don't remember what bug it was, I think. And then we started working on grouping stuff by function in LR. Previously, what we had was literally just one giant list of instructions. The problem with that is that we lose a lot of information about like function encoding stuff, which makes like generating calling convention really annoying later on. So either we had to like generate preemptively and then deal with the consequences of doing it without complete information, or we do it later and deal with the consequences of having lost some form of information. So my hope is that grouping by function gives me a little bit easier of a time to at least keep some of that information around. And hopefully that will make the overall CodeGen experience a little bit smoother later on. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we could get into it. The big things I need to fix are, first, I need to update liveness and interference to, I guess, account for this function sort of shape. And then second, I need to figure out how to update like num params and stack bytes. And then from there, I just need to like clean up the toString, and then life should be pretty good. Yeah, so I guess let's get straight into it. Yeah, so we had all of this slush here we needed to clean up in liveness. I guess the header is mostly fine. The visitors I think are also pretty much fine, to be honest. It might be a little bit slow, but like it's fine. Successor, visitor. Yeah, I think this liveness class as a whole needs to be changed at least. The problem with this right now is that it's just really annoying to work with this, at least. Maybe the statefulness of it is a little bit of a problem as well. So I'm thinking about just like not making it stateful. Yeah, and just like, I guess just like having these different sets be distinct at least. Yeah, so this is really annoying actually, because we're gonna need to like do some sort of gross wrapping around this again. We're gonna need to use another I guess structure, probably another layer of vector around it, which is really unfortunate. I'd like to make this less awful. Yeah, how would I go about doing this? This is one of the instances where I would actually think about like dealing with some sort of abstraction on this. But I'm not really sure what the best way to handle that is. We could probably leave the internal representation as is, but it's getting really verbose really quickly. So what we'd do here is we'd make std vector of all of this, which is very not ideal. And then we need to do this here as well. So as you can see, this is getting very verbose very quickly, and that's not ideal. So I'd like to avoid that if at all possible. Maybe we make like a data structure to hold these, but it's kind of annoying. Yeah, that might be smart. This is kind of the data structure, but like not really. It's strange. Yeah, I don't know. This is terrible, to be honest. The visitor should be fine at least. I don't think I need to change anything about that or any of these visitors. But I do need to update like liveness proper at least. And I'm not looking forward to this at all. Yeah, that's fine. This should be get functions. What's wrong here? Successor visitor should take, oh. Yeah, okay, that's annoying. So this should be functions, I think. Or maybe this should be instructions, actually. Maybe I should just, like, make a new visitor each time. Yeah, that's really annoying. There's not really a great way to do this, I think. Okay, we might want to clean this up first at least. How do we do this? How actually do we want to do this? This is very annoying. So we have, I guess we could look at it from the bottom first. Yeah, this makes sense. I think most of this is like pretty reasonable. This just returns a set of register. Maybe this should be a vector, and that would clean things up a little bit. Because later on we don't modify this at all, right? Oh wait, no, we do. Because, or at least we don't modify gen and kill, but in and out end up being sets. So we should keep all of these as sets just to be clean with it at least. Yeah, that abstraction is fine, I think. Gen and kill I don't think are that bad. Successor we probably need to do something about this. We should probably just give this like program, I think. And then we can make this less awful. We can handle the logic later. So instead here we can do lir program. Right, like this. And then that should clean it up a little bit. I think somewhere above here we also use just like straight up program somewhere. I'm not sure where. We definitely do it somewhere. Oh, we do it here, yeah. So we do something like that as well. This is awful. This is quite awful actually. Yeah, so we give it program. And then I think this is fine to store as is. Yeah. I'm not sure what we do with that though. I guess we could worry about that in a second. Let's figure this out real quick. Yeah, okay, so we need to change this, obviously. Oh, what's good, Sam? Good to see you. I'm still fighting with my code right now. So we want to get functions. First one, yep. Good to always good to see you in chat, I feel like. What was I doing here? Why did I need an iterator for this again? What was I doing? Why didn't I just do a normal loop across this? This feels a little bit nonsensical. Okay, this is not, it's not doing what I want it to. Can I like, hello? Okay, we're just gonna select this by hand. Yeah, we can just do that, I think. And this will hopefully make things less awful. Wait, like that? Okay, there we go. What's wrong with this again? Oh, I know why now. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. No, this is fine. So we have I, and then we want like index, like that. And then this should be index. And then this should be I.get. Oh wait, we should, I see. So we want instructions equals F, get instructions. And we can do it like this, and I think this is fine. So here we want instructions size, there we go. That looks correct at a glance. I don't think anything is wrong with this. And then what else did we need this for? So we have index, then what do we do with this again? Oh, we just get next index, I see. It's label, then label index, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, so we just do like next index and like label index. That seems fair enough. Okay. Okay, cool. Honestly, we don't really need a visitor for this. This is definitely over-engineered. Yeah, why did I do it like this? This is a little bit troll. Okay, well, anyway, we work with the cards that we dealt ourselves, and we deal with the consequences. There we go. So now we need to do a lot of stuff here. This is gonna be awful. What is wrong with liveness? No, wait, what the hell? Huh? Wait, what? Am I tripping? No type name pointer in the hash table. What is wrong with that? Okay, well, we'll fix this in a second. Okay, we have to do something about these types. These types are like actually very obnoxious. Yeah. This is actually very irritating. I'll do something about those later. Let's write the rest of this code up first. Okay. So size. What do we need to do with size again? Do we do anything with it? Oh, I see. That's really annoying. Okay, let's like rewrite some of this. Let's just for auto, or we could do this like taking in a function. Actually, that might be easier than program. That's actually, yeah, I kind of like that more. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like how that sounds. Yeah, let's make this like not miserable to use. And then we can be annoying with this. Yeah, we can kind of just get rid of the constructor then as well. Okay, we're like really re-architecting a lot of this. This was kind of a mistake, to be honest. Yeah. So let's get rid of that. Maybe, I don't know. The thing is, I kind of want this around. Just because like, I think it's good to make it stateful, but I think the way I've done it is a little bit strange. I think I want to make it like, I I don't know. This is like really strange at least. It's probably good to have a constructor for it. I don't really like the way I'm constructing a lot of this though. I should probably get rid of that as well. What is the best way to do this? Maybe I should just do like a function instead of like an object here. We could just like return a bunch of vectors. That might actually be the least awful way, I think. We could return a 4D vector of register. Oh lord, okay. What am I doing? Why am I doing this like this? I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think this is like a terrible idea, or does anyone have like any really strong objections to doing it that way? Because I feel like design-wise that might clean up a little bit of stuff, but I could also just be like overlooking something very large. Yeah, I think I'll do that. But also I kind of like not having to re-add like all this stuff each time. I don't know, like it just feels strange having an object attached to it at least. So I kind of want to make it its own thing. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So we want liveness. Let's type def this. So we want a std vector of. So this one this vector contains each of those. I guess we could make this like an array. No, let's just stick with a vector. So we have vector, so that's for each of the sets. And we have std vector. That one represents a function. Let's do a vector, which represents the instructions inside a function. And then std vector of lir register star. I think that's the correct number. There. Work on the middle end or a certain optimization? No. This is liveness analysis, mostly just for regalloc. Actually, just like completely for regalloc. Now that I think about it, regalloc is really beating me up right now. If it wasn't obvious. Yeah, the problem here is I'm like converting from like, I don't know. I'm like turning things into a vector for whatever reason. Yeah, this might be cooking a little too hard, I feel like. I feel like it's necessary. I don't know. That's just my thought initially. What are you using? What do you mean? Like, for what specifically? I guess we could keep this as a map, or we could use like we could do another type def here. So let's do like register set. Let's just std unordered set register star. I think this will also let us simplify some things here. So let's change that out to register set. Just to like cut down on the verbosity. And then we can clean it up at a different point, I think, if we really want to print it. Cause like what I do at some point in this code is I turn the set into a vector anyway, so I think it's fair enough to just leave it as a set here and then deal with it at a different point in time. I think these are good type defs to have at least. Okay. Alright, with that in mind, I think we can probably make less of a mess out of this somehow. We probably just want a function up here. Liveness. So this returns liveness. And we can just like get rid of the print, to be honest. And we can do compute liveness. And then let's give it a program instead. Yeah, let's just do that instead. Instead of like giving it this whole like gross wrapper. And that'll probably save a lot of headache. Hey, Andrea, you're good. Are you learning to implement these with some specific material books? I've been referencing various different material. The big one I'm looking at right now is the Muchnick book, Advanced Compiler Design and Implementation. Yeah, it's quite dense. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It has a big Regeloc chapter, so I'm looking at that mostly for this. For a lot of other passes, I'm looking at this book. It's SSA-based compiler design. It's all SSA stuff, which I guess makes sense. I will leave it to you to look at these in your time. Okay, so we can definitely get rid of this now. We can 100% get rid of that. And this should also clean up the API a little bit. Yeah, of course. Let me know if you have any other questions. Oh lord. Okay, this. Okay, we have made a mess. Okay, let's do liveness. So that, and then color program. There we go. Yeah, we can do that, I think. So we have genset visitor, killset visitor, successor visitor. Is there a better way to represent this? We could just do like, we could probably stick an array in here somewhere. Yeah, let's do that actually. So we have that, and then comma 4 for liveness. as if it wasn't verbose enough to begin with. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, compute live ranges. Okay. So we need to clean up all the stuff in here, but the rest of this I don't think we really care about. I think we should just comment this out. We might want like a void print liveness in some way here. Let's pass this in by ref as well. We'll just do that for now. This is quite messy. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll just leave that commented for now. The rest of the stuff we definitely don't care about though, so we can just nuke all of that. I think this just simplifies the design a lot, which hopefully helps a little bit. Yeah, it was, in hindsight, I don't feel bad about like trying to make it stay full, because like I'm gonna be running this a lot in a loop, so it made sense why, but I don't think the overhead is like large enough to really justify it. It's just like so much more complicated. Like I do not care enough. Yeah, so let's figure out what to do with this. So instead of these, we should probably, I don't know, where do we even begin with this? I guess we could make a, or maybe we do a vector of array, huh? I guess, no, this grouping probably makes more sense. Because we probably care about things just completely at the program level anyway, and then we break it down per function to make it less awful. Or we could just run this on the function level. Nah, let's do it let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. So each function in P get functions. Yeah, this is just gonna get very nesty very quickly. It's a dot, not a that. I think we're gonna iterate through oh, okay, I guess we're not gonna iterate through instructions later, actually. So this should be an arrow. So we can keep that. So then, oh lord. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, let's do std vector of lar. Let's just do vector of std vector of register set. Yeah, let's do that. And then this should be successors, or we don't care about successors here. We just care about gen. We want kill. I guess we could do this in a better way, probably. We should pre-allocate some things, I think. We should just give it... Actually, this is fine. So gen, kill, in, and out. And then we can process and then add on to that. Let's just like add a bunch of new lines real quick. Here, at the end, we should just return. And then we can stick these together. Right? Yeah, that looks good, at least. Everything else is failing for obvious reasons, but we need to get there first. Actually, let's just auto instructions equals f get instructions. We can do instruction size. Oh boy. This is going to be fun. Let's actually do it like that, I think. I think vector here is fine. Here we want a... Yeah, this is correct. So we have vector, vector. We have vector, vector. Down here we have vector of set. Yeah. I guess successors is fine. We just use that internally, so that's no big deal. So I guess we want just like std vector of register set gen kill, I think. Yeah, we can do that. We can start with this for now, I think. We don't really need to save size there, I think, for now. We can just start with this. And then we can... So for each instruction, in instructions, we should probably make the visitor somewhere. Okay, what does this visitor take again? It just takes the operand manager. That's nice. And then same for successor. Oh, that takes program. Okay. What resources would you recommend for someone trying to learn more about compilers? Okay, I think I have like two main recommendations. The first one, I should probably just like bookmark these somewhere. But yeah, my first recommendation is Crafting Interpreters. It's a nice web book. If you haven't like learned a lot about programming languages just in general, I think this will help you at least get used to the terminology and like the sort of way that I guess compiler engineers think about I guess like how compiler engineers think about programs and how to like walk through their general memory representations. So yeah, everyone I've talked to has really enjoyed this book. So I think even if you stop at this point, this is probably like very valuable. The next place I would point you after you're done with this is Writing a C Compiler by Nora Sandler. This book gets more into the nitty-gritty of like actual like compiler implementation. And I've also heard very, very good things about this. It's relatively new, so I don't think it's like as tenured as like the big mainstream compiler textbooks, but I think it's a pretty good modern take on it, and it's probably it's probably like the best or most approachable option that exists there. What's good, MD? Haven't seen you in a second. It's been a while, yeah. Yeah, of course. Let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, so let's make the visitors real quick because I'm going to forget to do that. Let's do gen set visitor GSV, and this takes p get om dot. We can do this as well. This should be a K. And then this should be successor visitor SV. And this just takes P, I believe. Tomorrow I'll have final in MIPS. Ooh. That seems terrifying. Damn, you're cool, dude. Thank you. I do not think I am, but I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, I haven't actually heard of MIPS for the most part, actually. Oh, wait. Wait. Huh? What was I looking at? Huh. Okay, well this page is struggling. I guess that makes sense. I guess whatever you learn from here presumably transfers over well to just like most assembly languages, at least. Or not necessarily most, but some semblance. Yeah, it's it might just be very obscure, which fair enough. Okay, so let's get the gen and kill, and then successors real quick. So we want gen set visitor, gen push back. Let's actually just copy this. Actually, we could just copy the rest of, we could copy all of this. And then I want to reorder it just so it's like less awkward to look at. Like that. There we go. Building compilers, but the high level actually, not the low level. What are you referring to, at least? Because I feel like if you're talking about like what I'm doing here, it's I feel like I'm quite into the nitty-gritty, or at least with like very few external dependencies other than just straight C++ at least. So I don't really know how much lower level I could get. Okay, so this gets gen, kill, and successors. So now we need to make in and out at least. So let's just take these two. Let's throw them here. Okay, Okay, let's actually just copy that down here. So in should just take size or instructions size. Out also takes instructions size. And we can get rid of that. Oh, okay. Let's just do that. Is that a keyword? I hope this is legal code. It looks like fine. Compilers can be analyzed in 2 levels. At the high level, you deal with tokenization parsing. I see. I guess like I refer to that more as like front end and back end. Right now I'm actually working on the back end, so I'm very much. I guess I am very much at the point where I'm messing with assembly right now. Right now I'm like working on turning variables into. Yeah, I'm turning variables into registers right now. And it is, judging by the fact I've been working on this for like 60 or 70 episodes, I don't think this is very quick, unfortunately. This has given me so much trouble, actually. Okay, we don't need new in, new out, right? What am I doing here? Oh, I see what I'm doing here. Okay. We probably do need to steal all of this. I think that's just our buffer. Yeah, that's how we're doing this algorithm. And it seems fine. Well, yeah, okay. That looks like it cleaned itself up very well somehow. It's weird, but can I say it seems much similar and similar to Python than assembly? I mean, it's similar to both, but in completely different ways, right? Like, it's similar to Python insofar as like it's more human usable and like there's actual human usable syntax, but it's closer to assembly insofar as like a lot of things translate more one-to-one with assembly than something like Python would, because there's a lot of layers on top of Python, at least. Or Python adds a lot of layers on top of just like straight C code. Okay, so we do this. And then, okay, I think the rest of this is fine. Yeah, this seems good enough. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. And then we do a while changed, that's good. And this is per thing, so we need to add one more level here. So I'm gonna push back onto gen. Oh, we need to rename these locally so we don't shadow that. So we can do that, I think. Yeah, we can do that. So we can do like for the function, and then we also want to do something like this here. Okay, that should be. Let's see. What am I doing here? Is this just the buffer that we're using? Yeah, let's make this. Let's rename this in buffer. Then out buffer. I think that'll be more readable. We worked all the way through OOP, made a class for everything like registers. What if you want to optimize on what would happen? What do you... I'm not sure what you mean. Like what would I be optimizing? Like if you're asking about my code, I'd probably profile it, see what's slow, and then go from there. If you're I don't really know what else there is, I guess, but it's the meaning of that is hard for me to determine, at least. Actually, I don't like buffer. Cur in. Don't optimize before profiling. For the most part, yeah. But also, like, if there are some things that I think are just like unreadable, I will make an effort to make it less unreadable. Okay, so we do that. That's good. Or maybe I should group it like I had before. I think I had a concrete reason for it. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. Okay, and then here we need to add to this. So gen, we want to push back, gen. Or not gen. Gen F, I think. Kill. I don't know if these moves are necessary, but they feel correct, at least. Okay, there we go. That looks correct enough to me. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I think that's good enough for that, at least. This already feels a lot more lightweight than what we had before. Which brings me joy, at least. I definitely want to like reorganize all my code eventually, but this seems like a good start. Okay, let's now do this slush pile. So let's just steal that. Throw it there. Uncomment that. Get rid of that now. And then we need to figure out what to do with this. Oh boy. So for auto... Okay, let's just... Let's just make an array. We can do like... Let's figure out this line stuff later. So we want std string. So this is where like the print... Actually no, I don't even need to do that, I think. We can just go through lines, I think. Yeah, we can just iterate through this. They should all be the same length at least. So we can just make this line. Size t, technically. Ah, this is awful, this is awful, this is awful. Okay. How do we even print this properly, actually? Okay, here's... I don't know, we'll just leave this as a to-do for now. And then we can commit real quick. Or at least... Actually no, we should get this done. We should definitely get this done. But I also kind of want to at least have something to commit real quick. Let's just make real quick. Okay, what is wrong here? This is in... Oh. Okay, let's just add. Make status, or make status, liveness not stateful. And what else did we do? rewrite to work with new LR. Okay. Real quick, let's change it in driver real quick. So we want auto. Here I don't use auto for whatever reason. So LR aliveness. So this is we can do that, and we give it LIR like that. We need to rewrite a lot of this at least. And we need to print liveness on LIR liveness. At least for now, we can do that at least. The rest of this we need to figure out what else we want to do with. What is wrong here? Oh, we need to rewrite more of that. That's fine. Okay, I guess we could keep going then. We'll just, yeah, we've left that as a big to-do. I also need to clean up interference. So we might do the same thing here, actually. We might make it unstateful again. But the thing is, this is kind of different because it's like a data structure. So we kind of need this to like be like this. Like we make quote unquote interference anyway, regardless, I think. Yeah. This is rough. This is really rough. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to head to the restroom. You know the usual. Don't burn down the house while I'm away. That would not be very ideal. So yeah, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Okay, so what we were doing was we were rewriting interference. To hopefully be in a similar sort of fashion, but I don't think there's a great way to do this. I don't think we need to. Actually, no. This is very annoying. Actually. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, it's quite annoying. I might hold off on this one. This one requires a lot more thought. I think, yeah, maybe we give this one a little bit of time. Let's figure out liveness printing first. And if this works out, I think I will make today's stream a little bit short, and I will also make tomorrow's stream a little bit short, just because I'm kind of tired. I also just need I have plans tomorrow, so I need the time. Okay. So how the hell do we print this? What do we want to print out of it, I guess? So I guess so we want some sort of a brace structure. So this is this represents a function. And then inside that we have lines. So 0, 1, 2. And then we can print the different sets. Either that, or we could just print each set as its own thing. That could be a different way of looking at this. I kind of like this structure more. So we want gen, we want kill, we want in, and then we want out. So something like that might be the most workable. Maybe we also give it the program as well. I like that as well, because then we can encode more information about it. Yeah, so we want... I guess we could even give function name here. Fun name, like that. Yeah, this seems nice. And then we can do def or I don't know. We could do this MOV reg1 reg2 or something. I don't know. And then we can figure out what to do from there. This structure, I just bonked my cable. Yeah, this seems like a clean enough structure. Maybe we could go back to this thing that we had before. But it feels a little bit cramped. I don't know. We will probably just do indent without that. Okay, let's... Okay, caps lock off. Yeah, let's just indent like that. But that looks strange. Okay, we'll just do it like that. I don't think it matters that much, to be honest. Okay, let's do Do you want to do a function index? If you're into optimizations, wouldn't you benefit more from contributing to LLVM passes? This is so this is sort of my first full compiler. I've technically done one for for one of the classes that I have taken, but I think this is my first full compiler where I'm actively self-studying a lot of the content. So instead of following along with a class and kind of just using the pseudocode off the slides, I'm digging more into the more expansive theory, at least. There is also like a lot of middle end work that I'm doing from scratch as well, or at least I intend on doing after I get something that generates code. Okay, so we want, let's see, what do we do from here? So we want, I guess, a function in P, get functions, this is a dot. We can do int. We can do like that, or like, What type is this? But it's int. Let's do size t. I don't know. Actually, we don't even need this. This is. No, we do need that. we do need that. So we want f index plus plus at the end, I think. Yeah, we'll do this for now. Or we can worry about incrementing later. So we want for auto I in P for F. This one we need get instructions. Just do that later. So we so in the function level we want std cout or not. This is fine actually. Or maybe we should make it a string. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do this for now. So lir. Wait. We want f get name or you're telling me I didn't make a getter for name? That's insane. Okay, let's fix that real quick actually. How is that the one thing I overlooked yesterday? This has a name now. There we go. Let's steal that. There we go. Okay. So we can do that. I do not care about flushing enough to not use new or to use new line. I should. I really should. If I want to optimize it eventually, I may as well just do this. Okay. And then std cout. Actually, we can just throw in a new line. I do not care enough. I truly don't. Is it C++? Yes. Yeah, we can do that. And that will be good for the function. Okay, and then now we do the instructions. Oh boy, okay. So we want like auto. We can do like size t that. We do need function index, so we can do like this as well. And then we can f index plus plus here. do that. So we want studs out. Let's run that, and then colon space. And then we can throw in like, let's do I2 or wait, what? It's a unique pointer, so I have I. What is wrong with this? So this list of unique putter of instruction. That should be good. This doesn't make sense. Let's just do... Oh, because we have a 2-string visitor. Okay, I see why. Okay, this makes sense now. Okay, we can copy this down here. Okay, so we do kind of just need to stick this in here. Bro looks done. Yeah. I'm quite tired today. My sleep has just been really bad for the past week because I'm like mentally still on break, I feel like. What areas of software development will be least impacted by AI? I think systems level stuff, embedded stuff is probably pretty stable. Also just like, I don't think AI will really do a lot to like the code, to like the systems design sort of part. Like writing the code has never been the difficult part for programming. The hard part has always been like making systems that don't break if you cough on them a little bit too hard. Is this correct? This needs to be by ref. So we do that, and then TSV get result. That looks good, I think. I hate these end lines actually. Let's do a new line like that instead. There we go. That looks correct. Okay, so that we print that, and then we give it, what else? So we give it gen. We want all of these ones. So gen, kill. Oh, wait, we need to give it like the pre-indent. Okay. There we go. First try. Actually, we can just merge that, yeah. Do in, we can do out here. What else do we need to give this? I guess we need to actually print the thing. So we want, what do we want here? We want, so we want live, or we want L at 0. So that gets us the stuff for gen. And then we want the function index. We want I index. Oh, this doesn't work the way we want it to actually. Okay, let's throw this up here. So this is gen. Is this the correct type? This is a set. Okay, yeah. And we want in and out. There we go. This is gonna be very boilerplate, but that's, I guess, kind of just how it's gonna be, unfortunately. Let's do that. Did I save temp? No, good. Okay. We were looking at aliveness. There we go. We can kind of just steal this, I think, right? Let's just uncomment all of that instead. That's all fine. Kind of want to just steal that, I think. That's actually not very helpful, now that I think about it. Okay, let's stick semicolons on all of these. Okay, cool. I guess we would just flush each of these as well. Yeah, we can do that, I guess. Everything else we can figure out later. This is just like a simple loop, I think. We could print in like a deterministic order as well. We'll just like add a to-do here. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, actually, wait. We could do something kind of interesting here. That's good. We want like std array of std string, and then we want for this is liveness names, or we could just do names. Like sets maybe. Gen, we want to kill in, and we want out. Yeah, let's do it like that actually, and then we can iterate through things a little bit cleaner. Yeah, so we don't have to like do this boilerplate. So then for int set index, I guess. Yeah, we'll just do like that. Okay. So then std cout. We will just do so many loops, it's fine. It's just going to be a little bit awful. So we can do sets at set index. Yeah, so we can do that. can like open brace. We can just nuke the rest of this at this point, honestly. I don't think that gets us a whole lot of anything. We can get rid of that. Okay, let's keep going. So that gets us like the name, and then we want like close brace and line at some point after. We're just gonna keep nesting at this point. This is just kind of doomed. So then we want we want auto reg in, oh boy. We want L at set index at function index at instruction index. Okay, so we want, so that's register, so then or we could do, we can steal that and put that in there. Reg equals reges, begin, reg not equals reges, and reg plus plus. And we do want that so we can compare against begin, so we can make the print pretty. So if reg not equals reges, begin, then we can std cout comma space, I guess. And then we can just add reg. Wait, what? It's a double pointer, so we want star reg and then toString. Yeah, there we go. So that should be good, I'm fairly sure. Hopefully this prints properly. We will find out the hard way. We need to build interference. Okay, here's what we're gonna do to test this. We're actually just gonna go down here. We just comment everything out in here. And we're just gonna try like a lazy person. Lord knows what this is gonna do to the test, by the way. That's not supposed to happen. Compute liveness. Oh, did I not make it static? Do I need to make it static? Or what was the proper linkage? I know I do this in front end for parser. Oh. I think, do I really need to make it explicit? I don't think so, right? Or not there, at least. Huh. Okay, let me get rid of this as well. I think that should be good, right? Yeah, that 100% should be good. What is causing that? This is in compiler. Compute liveness, print liveness. Is this in here? We import liveness. That should be good. Huh. The hell? The helly? That should be good. I don't see what's wrong with it. So what's the difference between that and, let's say, let's look in where we were. the difference between that and this? Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. Do I just need to rebuild again? Is that what it comes down to? Make. Oh, the parser takes 1.5 years. Okay, it just doesn't link. Is that it? I hope that's not it. Okay, that's not it. Compute liveness. Yeah, it should be good. I'm not sure why that's borked. It's definitely in order. I'm fairly sure it is. It's probably something like really stupid that I'm just forgetting. Okay, we're definitely linking. It should be fine. Yeah, I'm not quite seeing it. I don't know. Okay, we might have to spend the rest of the time debugging this. So it's in main, undefined reference. What the hell? Okay, I'm throwing this into ChatGPT. Let's just do it that way. Zoop. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Do I glob properly? Wait. Driver, CMake list. How's that? Wait, executable? Wait, what? Wait. There's no way that's also in here. Yeah, no. Okay, backend. Let's look at that. Yeah, it should be fine. What? It's most definitely that. What? Wait, what? Oh, wait. There is a chance that that is what I'm messing up, actually. For project subject, we have to make a compiler and did the lazy by using Bison. Yeah, that's pretty fair. I also use a parser generator for this. So I'm using like Pectool, which I think is like the C++-ish version. Where am I looking? Not interference. Liveness. This is fine. That's by ref. That should be fine. Oh, wait, duh. LR program P. There we go. Surely that's sufficient to solve one of these at least, if not both. What? Oh. Let's do that. Compiler 143. Wait, what? What is wrong with this? That should be correct. Compute live God damn it. Okay. Compute liveness. Because I renamed it. I forgot. Okay. Unlucky me. All good me. Oh, Lord. It's in runner. I see. Okay. I need to update that as well. Which makes enough sense, I guess. Let's update runner. Okay, so this is... I'm gonna just auto this. Let's give it LAR here. Yeah, that's kind of all we need here now. So we can replace this as well. There we go. Let's see how these look. Oh, a lot of fails. Oh, God. Oh, because we print things differently. Okay, that makes enough sense. Wait, what? Okay, let's... build regression tests. Oh, it's just stopped printing stuff, I think. That's strange. Did I forget to update something? Somewhere? Oh, wait. What? This does not make sense. Okay, so these are just empty, which is not ideal in actual. 60 failed tests. These are all LIR? Let's compare it to the ones that pass. Right? We passed some, right? Yeah. Okay, we passed a bunch. After how many hours does your brain get tired and you have to get off? I can't lie, as of recent, it's been happening a lot sooner than I like. Historically, I'd prefer to like get off later, like 2 hours into stream or so, 2 to 3 hours, but I've just been getting really tired for some reason recently. I'm not really sure why. Okay, so that is good. Let's run this on test, regression input, LEA. Let's just give it like that as an example. Okay, okay, so we're not printing anything anymore. That's not ideal. What is wrong with this? Yeah, it's just not printing anything anymore. That's odd. Oh, right. We need to do the toString. Oh, okay. All right. We need to update that later. Maybe that later will be now, but I wanna print this first. It's not printing anything though, which is odd. It shouldn't be printing nothing. I just found out about your channel and loving it. Thank you. What kinds of sources are you using to guide yourself? Two big textbooks. This one, SSA-based compiler design, and this one, which is Advanced Compiler Design and Implementation by Muchnick. This one. Right now it's a little bit freeform because I'm like debugging for the most part, but yeah. Okay, this needs to be fixed in here, I think. Not there, here. Do I even print? I should print. Okay, I definitely print there. Or I'm supposed to print there. Evidently we're not printing anything. Why are we not printing anything? Oh, I know why. I forgot to update things up top here. Are you compiling custom language or an existing one? I'm working off a subset of C right now. Yeah, it's like C just with like a couple of operators. I'll add like array indexing later, but we also have like ifs and whiles right now. What's the point of visitor? Yeah, it's kind of awkward to work with just in general. I personally am using it here because what the hell? Oh, I'm in the wrong loop. Okay. Yeah, I'm using the visitor right now because I guess this is like one of the rare instances where I don't really have a choice other than to do double dynamic dispatch. And in that case, I think visitor makes a lot of sense, at least. So I'd like to, specifically what's helpful is I want to separate like the behavior of like finding successors and like getting the kill set and getting the gen set. I want to take those and separate those out from like just like the strict data structure definition for each of my instructions. And I do this in other places as well. The biggest one is for my, I guess for the stuff in my passes, because sometimes I need to like, I kind of need like a visitor to like erase uses or like replace uses of some instruction with another value in the middle end. And I think a visitor there also makes sense, for instance, because it would clutter the classes a lot if I were to add each of the, I guess, helper functions there. And it would like make the file like absolutely gigantic. So just for like a general structuring, the biggest reason is just like the structuring thing. So I can separate similar behavior into each file rather than I guess each object into a file. Where do you study from? My room, because I go to school and this is kind of the most quiet place. My neighbors definitely hate me for talking a lot, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm definitely doing something wrong here, I believe. So it's per function here, so we need to, it's this scope, downwards. That should be good. Oh, we need to add two of these. So we have that. This gets our... Wait, what? Wait, wait, what is happening here? Oh, wait, we need one more layer. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. This is per function. Oh, that's awful. Okay, so we can, wait, am I modifying gen f at all? We have in f, out f. It's a vector of register set. So we have that. That should be for all instructions. Yeah, it should be fine. Basically made a reduced version of C with some renamed keywords and custom type system for external syscalls. That makes sense, yeah. That sounds like a pretty reasonable language to work with. It was very troll for me to just do straight up C, to be honest. This is rather difficult to work with. Like I was gonna do types at one point, and then I realized it was just way too much work, so I gave up on that idea pretty quickly. Okay, what is happening here? So register set, that is... Register set is per instruction. So vector of register set is for a function. And then... Oh, around this is for program. Okay, cool. So we have gen, kill, in and out. So this is for function. Okay, this should be good. Yeah, we push back all of these. Then we do cur in and cur out for buffers. These are good. Okay, so then this should be good, right? Maybe we could just get rid of them. It should be fine. I don't see why this is broken, at least. Yeah, that's odd. So we should print out F. We should maybe print out like L0 size. Give it a second. Shoop. Okay, so that's 0. So that's not ideal. Something is wrong there. Am I building this correctly? Actually, let's just... Yeah, we're just gonna keep running all the tests by accident. Okay, so it's just always 0, I guess. It's 0 a lot, which is not ideal. Okay, so we're just giving it like nothing, which means we're building it wrong somewhere. So that must be further in like tree gen or tree tiling maybe. Uh-oh, this is not supposed to happen. Okay, maybe it's like, maybe it's just in the general MR to LR pile. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, that should be fine. Functions. Oh, we don't push back to functions. Whoops. There we go. That should be good now, surely. Hopefully that's it. Okay, well it fails in a different way now, which is good. It's on the... Let's Valgrind this. This is not in MR to LR. We are in business. Liveness, okay, that's good. Okay, let's commit some stuff real quick. Push function properly. Okay. Okay, where is this breaking now? This should not be breaking in this way, I believe. Let's go to liveness again. Should be a quick build. Alright, where is this going wrong? Liveness 323. Here. Wait, what? Liveness is installable for turn complete programs? Is it? I'm fairly sure it's pretty well defined at least. It should be solvable at least. What is wrong with this? Something is wrong with this. System-wise progress to another state? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Liveness refers to like which variables are potentially used later in a program at any given point. Keyword potentially, at least. So I guess like, I guess liveness, when I say liveness, I mean like live ranges at least. Yeah, it's very different. Activation, I don't know. I think it's like pretty well defined in the literature as like live ranges. Because like you say like a variable's alive at X instruction. What is happening here? Okay, we're out of bounds somewhere. Where are we out of bounds in here? Wait, what? Okay, cur out is a unordered set. In at successors. NF has to be in, right? We've defined it to be correct, right? So surely this is good. What the hell? Okay. This does not make a lot of sense. Okay, let's just... Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna steal all of this. Let's give it to ChatGPT, because I'm lazy and I'm tired. And I do not want to debug this right now. So we're just gonna take the Valgrind output, yoink. We're gonna throw it in here. Okay, we figured that out. This should be fine. Trying to find the live variables and figure out their interference given registers. Yes. The idea is we can kind of we can give most variables any register as long as that register doesn't overlap with another register that we're going to need in the future, or another register that we need to like compute the current the current value at least. And that like creates a whole mess, and like you have to like the idea is like if two registers are potentially like, or if two variables are like potentially, I guess, alive at the same time, you can draw an edge between them on the graph. And then from that point, this just becomes a graph coloring problem. So that's kind of the goal here. So we find liveness to figure out these live ranges. We do interference to generate that graph, and then we just color the problem, or we color the graph. And then the number of colors is the number of registers we have. And then that should give us at least valid code. It might not be like perfect because like sometimes we physically can't fit all of the registers, so then we have to like spill one to memory, and it like makes a whole mess, but it should be good at least. Oh wait, successor. Do you get a compiler role? I have an internship for this upcoming summer, so technically yes in that sense, but for the series I'm counting full-time at least. So I might be here for a while, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, what is wrong with this? This should be good. This should be good. I'm not sure why this is breaking. Let's just give it the whole pile. Zoop. Ew, wait, that actually makes sense. Don't know much about C++, only by proxy of C, C#, and Rust. That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to learn at least, but it should be a good time, hopefully. Yeah, the best way to learn it is just like dealing with, I guess just kind of dealing with the mess of C++ just by hand. And like it sucks, but it is what it is. Final semester of masters. Ooh, I'm like roughly starting my masters around like nowish. So I guess I kind of understand that to some degree. Okay, this is not ideal. Okay. How do we do this properly? Have you had any internships yet? I had an internship this past summer. It was not compiler related, but it was still pretty meaningful at least. Random elective since I already completed my core. That's fair, yeah. That seems like a pretty standard experience. Okay, how do I want to do this? Headache. Okay, let's do std vector of this. And then std vector of this as well. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. That's really annoying. Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out how to rewrite this. This might be something I save for next time, to be honest. This is just a lot of work, is the thing. Yeah, grouping this way does not do dividends. What's the successor for call real quick, actually? Because if it... Okay, it's just next index. So that actually makes things less awful. Not one internship early in the masters, but it's high level. I see. That's fair enough. Yeah. I imagine you should be able to find one. Paid for a semester. Yeah, fair enough. Like get that bag. Honestly, it's tough out there. Okay, so we could definitely map it like this. I think this will be easier. Okay, so we can do this. Ooh, E. So this is F index, or I guess I index. That's not what I wanted to do. So we can do that. This is I index. What is wrong with this? Okay, we need F index as well. Actually, this already increments for us, so that's fine. We just need to throw that there. Next index at F, index at that. So label index at F, index at that. Okay, that seems good. Okay. Okay, we can't do it like this. That's so annoying. That's really annoying. Okay, we're gonna leave it as it was. Can keep that. We might just have to make this not global, and I think this is fine. We can undo this stuff as well. And I think this is also fine. Right? Surely this is fine. Surely this will be no big deal. I think as long as it's just not global, it's fine. Does this at least output things? It looks like we output things now. Okay, we output things. Maybe in a bit of a cursed way, but we'll clean that up later. By later, I mean like in a bit. Oh lord. What is happening? Okay, so evidently I have messed something up somewhere. I do not know where, but I've messed something up somewhere with the way I print. When did you start coding in general? When did I start coding? I technically did like a little bit of coding stuff just like throughout like my primary education, but it was like very little. Like it was like a day at a time. There were like a couple of like coding summer camps, but yeah, for the most part, I wouldn't really count that as substantive. And then I took like the 2 AP classes that are offered that are like computer sciencey. So you could count that as the start. I personally count the start as when I like took my first college CS class, which was in fall of 2022. So it's been like 4 years roughly. 3-4 years, probably like 3-ish. I don't know. You can decide for yourself from that, to be honest. Okay, so let's add some stuff. Actually, let's diff this first. Because what did I change? Okay, let's just add all of that. Fix successor plus add print plus rename some incorrect things. Oops. Let's get rid of the, oh, there's no line break. Nice. Let's add test, update, test runner. Okay, cool. Start wins 11, but in crummy script languages. That's fair, yeah. What are you doing? / creating. I'm writing a compiler from C to x86-64. The goal is to like re-implement a decent chunk of like LLVM's very basic infrastructure, and just like play around with some algorithms that are more modern than like the ones that are traditionally taught in classes, or traditionally taught in like compiler middle end / backend classes. Okay, what was I gonna change again? I think the print stuff was kind of, the print stuff being ugly is like whatever. That's just like me not having encoded some info yet. This needs to be in a function. I'm not sure what happened here, but this, what the hell? Okay, I'll figure out what to do with that. This looks fine at a glance. This looks way prettier than it did before, to be honest, which is already a very big step up for me, to be honest. Okay, we might need to add some additional stuff here, but we'll do that later. Submit my own link via C++/C. Ooh, that seems fun. First semester for me, I started with Java. Had done a bit of Python, GCSE A levels before, but hoping to get good at it. I mean, the biggest piece of advice I have is just to make things with it. I know that's like not really helpful to like what you want, or what you want to hear, but like you kind of just have to like work with it in projects. Like I was terrible at writing C++ before I started working on this. This was like even before I started streaming by a couple months. And like as I relearned it, like I became more and more comfortable, and now I understand significantly more than I did when I was like start of last summer. So yeah, there is no alternative to just like working with a language to learn it, unfortunately, and that's kind of just reality. What was I gonna check again before? Yeah, something did not make sense. I do not remember where. I think I'm printing something wrong. I do not know where, again, but I'll figure that out. What resource was your first introduction to compilers? Honestly, it was just the class I took. It was like our school's like compiler construction course. If I had to like give you like a recommendation though, since we've already gone through crafting interpreters, or are going through, I think this is probably my next recommendation. Writing a C Compiler by Nora Sandler. It's like a more modern compiler book, so it's less tenured than like the Dragon book or like the Mushnik book, but I think it's a more approachable start, at least. Or like the Cooper book. I've heard people really like that one. I don't really understand the appeal, but I guess people have their reasons. Okay, so what have I done so far? I fixed liveness. I need to fix that. I need to fix interference at least next. That might actually have to be a next time task because that is very annoying. I think most of this is good now though. Yeah, I'm happy with how this looks now. This feels a lot cleaner than what it was before. Anything else I needed to add here? I think liveness is all done. Dragon Book's a definitive book according to lecturers. That's fair, yeah. I've heard a lot of people saying that's like kind of outdated though, just because, well, it's been a while. It also focuses a lot on parsing, which I feel is a little bit questionable. That's just like my take though. What's good, the Code Lab? It's good to see you. How's your game dev experience going? Have the book, was working through it. Very difficult to follow. I guess that's fair, yeah. I think the whole point is like to kind of work through it. I think there's also solutions on a GitHub repo somewhere. You'd have to look that up if you want to like cross-check though. Okay. I don't really think I want to do a whole lot more here today in one sitting. That was a surprising amount of work just to fix interference actually. I guess or not interference, Regilock. I kind of just like rewrote that, to be honest. Okay, let's just make sure I've committed everything. Oh, this I just commented everything out. Okay, let's just restore that. Okay, let's add driver. This one we use new liveness in compiler. Okay. Good, but like nothing's working. Oh, yeah, I guess that's tough. I mean, I guess you kind of just gotta like just because nothing's working doesn't necessarily mean that like it's doomed. You might just have to like find new approaches to it, unfortunately. Like I don't know. It's kind of hard to like explain in a vacuum, but like yeah, I'll leave it up to you as to what you decide, but you can do it. I believe in you. What textbook or resources do your compilers class follow? It was just my prof slides. He kind of accumulated a lot of material, kind of just like curated across like engineering and compiler, advanced compiler design and implementation, a couple other books. The Dragon Book I think is also like kind of mixed in a little bit, but it's kind of just like his slides pretty much. The class didn't really have a textbook. Yeah. I pushed. Okay. I think I'm gonna call the stream here then. I think this was really good progress today, given that I literally just like completely rewrote one of my backend passes. So next time I think I'll work on interference, and we'll see what to do with there. Either interference or we'll like take it easy and do like num-params and stack bytes. Hopefully that's like less miserable. But yeah, I think I'll call it there. Thank you all so much for showing up today. If you haven't already, make sure you like the stream and sub to the channel. It really does help out a lot with the algorithm. And it also, it gets more people to click on my stuff, which is always very helpful for the big view counter in the big 2.6. While you're down there, make sure you check out the description. Link there is my Discord. Feel free to join there to get pinged when I go live, because YouTube's notifs are quite rough. Also, everyone else there is really chill. Everyone's just like, it's just a good place to hang out. Also down there is my LinkedIn and my GitHub. Feel free to add me on those to stay up to date with what I'm doing. And last but not least, if you wish to support me financially, my GitHub sponsor is there. Do whatever you will with this info. Yeah, that's about it. I appreciate the support from y'all lots. It really does keep me going. It's been a little bit of a dry period for me in terms of like streaming. It's been like low-key almost burnout land, but y'all really do keep me going. In spite of just like the sheer amount of slog that I have to write code through at least. But yeah. I really do appreciate the support lots. Take care y'all, take it easy, and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.